everybody, this is Ellen Victoria again from Victoria's Kitchen, and right now I'm going to show you how I like to prepare my Brussels sprouts and also my zucchini noodles, which I will tell you all about later. But first, for the base part, the foundation, I'm going to take some bacon, and I'm going to cook some bacon on a medium-high temp. You can have any type of bacon you like. You can use turkey bacon if you like. I have about 3 strips. And this is going to add flavor to my Brussels sprouts. Of course, you do not have to use this for your Brussels sprouts, but when you learn your family and what they like, you learn how to make things work. And the bacon flavor gives the Brussels sprouts a good flavor. Alright, and I'm going to wash my hands because I did deal with raw meat. While that bacon cooks up, we are going to check on our ribs. We have the St. Louis style ribs and the natural baby back ribs in the oven. And I'm going to give them a base. They've been cooking for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to give them a base with the barbecue sauce. And like I said, you can use your own, and it smells so good. You can use your own barbecue sauce, or you can use the barbecue sauce from the organic aisle in the store. You can get your little brush from Dollar Tree and brush that on. And if you don't have a brush, get a spoon and flip it over and use the back side. Of course, you're going to be very careful because spoons are metal. So you probably want to take your ribs out of the oven so that, because the metal can get hot while you're basting your ribs. You see that nice juice that it came and created at the bottom? That's because I added liquid to it. I added water. You can even add, like I said, your chicken stock or your vegetable stock. Look how good those are coming out. They've been cooking for about 25 minutes. And I'm going to baste the other part. They have a nice smoky, sweet flavor. I can smell it already. And if your pan is a little smaller than you like, just take your foil and bend it up over the edges. And then create another barrier. Look how beautiful that is. This is the first layer of sauce. Now, it's been cooking for about 25 minutes. I'm going to do this every 10-15 minutes to create a nice thick layer. Now, always, homemade barbecue sauce is always best. Anything homemade is always best. But if you're in a run, I get it. I'm a mom. I'm a working mom. I have my own business. 3 little girls, all under the age of 7. Sometimes you need to get your ready-to-go items that are already made. And we're going to get another close-up on these ribs. You got the first layer going on. But you can just go down the aisle and get you some organic barbecue seasoning. It costs just about the same as regular seasoning. And we're going to put that on for about another 15 minutes. And then come back 10-15 minutes and baste it in between. Now, I have my bacon going. And let me grab a spatula. And what I'm doing is I am sauteing my bacon in order to get a good foundational flavor base for my Brussels sprouts, which I have already, you can come closer, these are already cleaned and halved. You can cut them in quarters if you like. And a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts, but if you cook them the right way, you'll be fine. So we're going to get that bacon going there. So the bacon is on medium-high heat. And let's look at a few ingredients while the bacon cooks up. We have our organic unsalted butter. We have our Italian seasoning. We have our jerk seasoning mixture. A little bit of curry powder. Some diced garlic. Salt. Garlic powder. Tumeric. Black pepper. And then we have our organic canola oil, and then we also have our organic extra virgin olive oil, and then we have our paprika. Now, like I said, if you can, try to stick with organic seasoning. And so you're going to come back on over. We have this bacon, just giving us a good flavor base. And like I said, if you don't want to use bacon, you don't have to use bacon. You can get some organic, uncured turkey bacon, or even some organic, uncured turkey meat that's not processed, to give you a good meat flavor base going on. And we are getting ready to saute our Brussels sprouts, which we already washed in half. And like I said, you can even cut these in quarters. And we are going to combine our different spices that we have over here with our oils and our organic unsalted butter. So that bacon is getting a good little flavor going on there. So if you want to come closer, I'm going to push that bacon to the side. And I'm going to take my washed Brussels sprouts and just pour them in the pan. And we're going to do a quick saute. Alright, that bacon is over there to the side. And this is on a medium heat. If you have numbers on your stove for your eye, you want to do about a 4 and a 5. Because you don't want to steam them right now. Because right now we're sauteing. And we'll just get another closer look. And you see how the leaves are brightening up a nice bright green? Alright, so now I'm going to start adding my seasoning. A pinch of salt. Because you don't want too much salt. Because there's salt already in that bacon, uncured bacon. We're going to use some garlic powder. Come to the pan. Garlic powder we got going in there. We're toasting our seasoning. Some jerk seasoning. Get that going in. And right now I'm going to remove the bacon. And you can smell the seasoning. You don't want them to burn. So we're going to add a little bit of organic canola oil. Alright, so we had our salt we just added and toasted. And we had our jerk seasonings and our garlic powder. Add a little bit of cumin. I'm sorry, curry powder. Ground black pepper. Turmeric, which remember I told you turmeric can stain, so you want to be a little careful with that. Some Italian seasoning. And 1 tablespoon of organic unsalted butter. And you want to watch your heat level there. And we are sauteing our Brussels sprouts. Alright, and come get a good look at this. It looks beautiful, right? You got that bacon flavor going on there. Now you want to watch. Turn down your pan a little bit to maybe a 4 or a 3 because you did put butter in it. It's a nice coating agent. Alright. So now, garlic, diced garlic. Garlic burns. You do not want a burned garlic flavor. That is not what you want. So you want to cook garlic for about 30 to 60 seconds. So we're going to turn our stove back up a little bit to medium heat. Make a little space in the middle for that garlic. Put that in the middle. And we added garlic powder, so we don't want too much. And a little bit of paprika. And here we go. Toasting time. Get that going. That is so beautiful. A few more seconds. On high with that garlic. And it smells wonderful and delicious. You don't want to burn that garlic. Turn your eye off. Oh my gosh, that smells so good, right? Now some people might add a little bit more butter to it, but I'm good. And we're going to take this. It smells so good. I have turned my eye off. And we are done with our roasted, well not roasted, but our sauteed Brussels sprouts. Look how beautiful that is. Garlic and bacon sauteed Brussels sprouts. And now the good thing is you can use the same pan, just make sure you get all that garlic out of there, for our zucchini noodles, which we're about to do as another side dish for our veggies while our barbecue ribs are in the oven. This is so good. I always have to taste. It's so good. It's real good. Yeah. Just the perfect amount of salt. I don't know why people don't like Brussels sprouts. It tastes so good. Okay. That is really good. I'm going to get one more. One more. Now, if I want it, I'm going to put a little bit more salt. And if you want, you can get some lemon juice and squeeze that on top. That is really good. I like jerk seasoning, so put a little more jerk seasoning in it. That is really good. And then what you can do is, you can put the bacon crumbles back in there. Just because we have seasonings going on there. Because, you know, bacon give off grease. Put the bacon back in there just for a little while longer. Get that going up again. And then what you're going to want to do is crumble it on top of your Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts are delicious. Okay. All right, one more. And then I'm going to leave it alone. So I'm going to sear that up a little bit more. Get that bacon fully cooked. And now, we are going to move on to our zucchini noodles. Now, you can get these at Wegmans in a little pack already made, or if you have like a spaghetti maker, you can do that with your noodles, or you can even just shave the noodles. But they just look really fun for the kids when you present the vegetables and foods in different manners. So we got that going there. We're going to do our zucchini almost the same way. Bacon grease going on in there. Pour your zucchinis in there, medium-high heat, between 4 and 5. Do our zucchinis the same way. These are going to saute even quicker, so we're going to move a little faster. A little salt, a little jerk seasoning, some paprika, some curry powder. Oh, I love curry powder. Some ground black pepper, some turmeric. And it's an Indian seasoning. It's really delicious. Just be careful because it can stain your clothes and your hands. Some garlic powder. Some Italian seasoning. There we go. Now this is going to cook way faster than the sauteed Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit between 5 and 6 to get a nice high heat because I am sauteing. I am not steaming. I'm sauteing. Let those get going there. Now, I'm going to move this, make a little hole in the middle, and I'm going to put in a little bit of organic canola oil. Not too much, because we're going to still finish up with our butter. And it smells so good. You can smell the seasonings toasting on high heat. And these are almost done. Make sure you got a high heat for sauteing. You don't want to steam them. I'm going to take 1 stick of butter, get that going up in there, your finishing product, organic, I'm going to stress that, organic unsalted butter. You want to cook them as much as you can with unsalted butter and bake because you want to be able to control the salt levels. Too much salt can destroy a dish that you worked too hard for. And when I first started cooking, I learned that the hard way several times. It took me a while to get my seasonings under control. And, you know, every now and then I still have to be careful, but we still learn as we go, right? So the zucchini noodles are almost done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these bacon pieces back in there and just saute them with that. Just to help give it a little more flavor. I'm going to put it on high heat. Let those go for a little while. And now we're going to add a little bit of garlic after we take out the bacon. And like I said, you don't have to use bacon if you don't want. You can use turkey bacon. You can use organic uncured ham. If you don't like pork, you can use organic uncured turkey, which is free from nitrates, which have been known to cause cancer. It's what they use to preserve the bacon. Uncured means that really they're preserving it in celery juice and celery powder. So now we're going to take just a little bit of garlic, the last few seconds, and we are going to saute this in. Garlic, 30 to 60 seconds. That's it. That's all you want. And I'm putting this on high heat. Here we go. We are almost finished with these zucchini noodles. And you can season them afterwards just to make sure they have the flavor that you want. Alright, I'm turning my eye off. Oh my gosh. The jerk seasonings with the zucchini and the organic butter, the organic canola oil, and that garlic tastes so good. I'm going to just put this back in here. And it already has its own little sauce to it because of the organic butter that I use and a little bit of organic canola oil. So it's not dry. Even if it's a vegetable, I don't like my noodles to be dry. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Alright, it's a little hot. I'm just going to peel one out. And this is zucchini noodles. Let me taste it. good. It's one of the most underrated vegetables if you ask me in the squash category, the squash family. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt to that. And if you want to, you can also add a little bit more pepper real quick. Teeny bit of garlic powder. Let's use this. Mix it together. Butter, salt, and pepper and zucchini. If that's all you had, or some olive oil and some salt and pepper and zucchini, you got yourself a good meal there. I'm gonna sprinkle some feta cheese on it. There we go. You can even hit it up with a hint of lemon. But I don't think we need lemon today. This is so good. Alright. So there we go. 2 quick side dishes, veggies. We have our sauteed bacon, buttery garlic, Brussels sprouts. Really good. I keep eating them. I need to stop. And then we have the same version except for the zucchini noodles, and it's really good too. I like it. Okay, that's a really long noodle. Put that back. You gotta try zucchini. Even if you just slice it up and saute it, like I told you, with some salt and some pepper, some organic unsalted butter or canola oil, you'll fall in love with it. And if you want, like I said, use some lemon. Squeeze a teeny bit of lemon over both of these if you want, if you like lemon. So these are 2 really quick, vegetable dishes that you can do really quick on the side using the same pot. And then, if you like bacon, you have no problem with pork. What you're gonna want to do is, and here my husband just dug his hand in the bowl. He's the cameraman. You can just sprinkle these with some bacon. If you like bacon, you do not have to use bacon. I have a lot of friends that do not use eat pork. And I've been watching that too, as they've been teaching me more about that. And like I said, it's ever learning. You can never learn enough. I'm still learning things after learning for years and years. I'm still learning. And I'm going to sprinkle these on top. And even if you have some balsamic vinegar, which I do have, that even goes good with it. So if you want to just take a look at those beautiful 2 side dishes that we just did. And I highly recommend these also with some balsamic vinegar of Medina. This, a little bit, you have to be very careful with balsamic vinegar. Very careful. It has a very strong flavor, but it pairs so good with sauteed meals, with your sauteed Brussels sprouts and your even with your sauteed zucchini noodles. It's delicious. But especially with the Brussels sprouts, you want to take a little bit on the person's plate and put your finger there, because this stuff is strong. Balsamic vinegar is strong. Just a drizzle. Like when you go to a fine dining restaurant and they give you a drizzle, it's not because they're being cheap. They're giving you a drizzle because this balsamic vinegar is so strong and potent that it can overpower your dish and make you not want to eat it. So you pour a little bit of that over there and toss it together, and bam, there you have it. Now let's take a look at our, just in time, let's take a look at our ribs and do our second round of basting. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Look at the nice juices at the bottom. I'm going to get a spoon since I don't have my baster with me, just to keep them nice and moist. And I'm going to spoon some of the juices over that. Look at that. And they're already actually doing good with the juices. You don't want to put too much juice on the ribs, because then your sauce will start to come off. And this one I need to add a little more juice to, because it's drying up a bit. A little more water too. So I'll just take a little more water and or chicken stock, pour that in on the side, not too much. I'm going to use some of this from this pan. Look at that big boy. And we have 2 separate type of ribs here. We have St. Louis style ribs and the natural baby back style ribs. Now, we made a special rub in the first video, and well, brown sugar and a different combination of seasonings. And then we have a barbecue sauce. And like I said, homemade is best, but if you're in a rush, go down to the Organic Owl and get your organic barbecue. And then you can add to it. And the cameraman is still digging into the Brussels sprouts. I want to use those for dinner. We're putting on our second layer of sauce. Look at that. Sauce it up. You want some nice, saucy, thick, smoky, sweet, flavored ribs. Oh my gosh. How good is that? And like I said, cook it between 165, 170. Oh, yeah, that's good. Throw on 350 degrees. Everybody has a different recipe, but you go with what works for you. Trial and error. That's all I can say is trial and error. Look at that. And I want a nice, beautiful little crisp on the edge of it. I'm going to close this back up and check that. Every 10 to 15 minutes, it should be almost done. Not too long. And then I want to also let you all know, it's very important. One of my favorite tools in the kitchen are these, your thermometers. These can actually save lives. A lot of times when you cook in the kitchen a lot, you can get used to just touching the meat with your finger, and you can tell between how firm it is if meat is done. But a lot of times it's just good to just go by your thermometers. And a lot of times I am able to check if my meats are done by looking at them, how long they've been in there, with the pork and the steaks, by just touching them and seeing how firm they are, how stiff they are. Let me know if it's rare, medium rare. I've learned how to go by that. But this is a never fail right here. As long as you have some good meat thermometers, it will let you know that your meats are done. For example, you can come back over here. Let's take the temperature of our ribs. And you always want to go in the thickest part of the meat. So here's a nice, real thick part. And you don't want to touch the bone. That'll give you a false reading. That's a nice thick part. Don't touch the bone. That's a false reading if you touch the bone. So I'm trying to find somewhere where there's no bone. I'm actually need to flip it over probably to find that out. There we go. And as you see, the readings are still going. So they're not quite done yet, which I already knew that. This one is about to hit about 145. And the other one is barely getting 125. So you want to get to 165, 170. So that's going to go back in maybe for another 30 minutes or so. And I'm going to baste them about 2 more times before they're done. I will log back in to let you all see the results. And once again, we did our quick sauteing of our Brussels sprouts with the bacon crumbles and then our zucchini pasta. All right, this is Ellen Victoria of Victoria's Kitchen. I will log back in later to let you see how the ribs came out with the special rub. I will remember to be sure to post the recipe for the special rub that we did today, the brown sugar sweet chili rub sauce that we made. And then I also post the recipe for the bacon, garlic, buttery Brussels sprouts and the same bacon, garlicky zucchini noodles that we have, with suggestions on the balsamic vinegar and the lemon, the fresh lemon squeezes. All right, see you later.